Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. So, in dealing with things like conspiracy theories, right? They're hard to prove. You're dealing with information, but your theories are based upon other people's realities and stuff like that, So it leaves it like sketchy. It's like, okay, well, it leaves it open. It's like, is that hard facts or what? So in my telling of the story of Michael Jackson being the love child of Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson, I have really, really, really hard facts and hard evidence to back it up. But a problem with what I'm dealing with is I'm dealing with Michael Jackson's entire life, which we have all been exposed to. So I have to deal with any of the thoughts that you have about Michael Jackson's life, okay, it's a long period, and it involves a lot of people. And then the same thing with Diana Ross, okay, well, I've got to deal with her life now, then all of the people involving in that, Smokey Robinson, Berry Gordy, then the creation of Motown. So there's all of these things I've got to deal with, plus then all of their involvement in all of society's things, right? So there's all these complicated things to do. So one of the things about my story is that it is true. And because it's true, I actually have hard evidence, serious dates, serious facts, the hardcore stuff to back it up. But the problem is that people get turned away from actually seeing, when they see it, what I'm going to show you right here. If I was trying to create conspiracy, it would be entertaining for you. But when you see the truth, this is what happens. I get all the people the way they are, the woke crowd, okay, the woke scene. But what I find is that from those people, usually what I find from those people is when I hit them with this, they can't deal with it. And I'm like, how can't you deal with this? This is simple reality. This is a girl got pregnant by a boy. They were trying to pursue careers in entertainment, right, as the development of the music company that was going to further them as artists was being developed, and they gave their child away so they could further their own careers. The child just so happened to have a lot of talent, Who knows nobody knows that kid's going to be Michael Jackson. I mean, come on, what's the chances? You're talking one in how many billions, because how many Michael Jacksons are there? There's one Michael Jackson that's gifted with all of what he was gifted with, right? So they don't know that. Nobody knows that it's going to be Michael Jackson, that's that kid. The Jacksons, when they got him in the house, they don't know it's going to be Michael Jackson. They didn't understand this stuff. But what happens is you see that through the development of the progress of Michael, and because of that, because they didn't know he had talent, then you can see when the talent came into the picture, you can see how that correlates with all of the story. And then you see how everything fits right back into the timeline with what I'm saying. Everything. So I'm going to show you, this is hard evidence. Hard facts. Now, the only thing you can argue here is that, let's just use the black culture on this one because they're black. But a black culture would be common for a lady to say, oh, that's my child. She calls him my child, right? Or she say, oh, that's my kid, okay? But we have to understand the larger context of what we're seeing here. And so let me explain the larger context of what we're seeing here. This is 1970. Diana Ross on the Merv Griffin show in 1970. And this is a 30-minute thing for her. She was on there singing. I saw her, she sings 2 songs on this, which when you watch all of that, there's so much more. That's the one thing I'm pointing out, there's so much more to this performance, is because Michael Jackson's in the audience, okay? So, and he's not just in the audience, he's in the audience by himself. No other Jackson members. I love this when you see him in the audience, because there's a bunch of old white women and there's little Michael. It's personally one of the funniest little things. When I see that picture, I laugh my ass off seeing Michael with the old white women. It's hilarious, but there he is. And why is he there? Because Diana, she specifies how she likes to have him there, because everything that she does is for him. It's what the hell is this woman talking about? But the one thing that everybody that we all understand is like the thing like with the Illuminati is like one of the biggest things that a phrase that people relate to them is like hiding in plain sight. You know, everybody that's in any form of all the conspiracy stuff, we talk about hiding in plain sight. Well, how easy was it for Michael to hide in the Jackson family when that's how do you hide him in plain sight? Because if you think about yourself personally. When you think about Michael Jackson, you think about the Jackson family. It goes together. And now my thing is I'm having to separate that. Do you know how hard it is for me to deal with your reality of what the Jacksons are? It's very, very difficult. This is what I'm telling you about how difficult it is. I got hard evidence, the real stuff. But what happens is when the people see the real stuff, they don't like it. It becomes not entertaining anymore and it can become such a form of reality. And what happens is they all have ideas of who Michael Jackson was. But when I come in with this story and I tell you the first part about who Michael Jackson was, that he's not a real Jackson, they don't like that. It hits them in a weird way because it's real and it's right in their face, but nobody ever saw it. And this is like a smack of reality that you're not as smart as you ever thought you were. You can be fooled too. Okay, so that's when I'm having a problem with the Illuminati people, because the Illuminati stuff, that's all like unprovable conspiracies, right? It's basically you can have an understanding of it, but can you prove it? What can you actually prove without being there and having to go through the indoctrination into their, elite forms of understanding in society? Unless you've actually been through it, what can you actually know? What can you actually know for the procedures? Because they're doing things on multiple levels and complicated things, so how can you actually understand the totality of what it is that's going on there? But this story is simple. Diana Ross lived right down the street from Smokey Robinson. And not only did she live down the street, she used to sleep in his house because she was best friends with Smokey Robinson's niece. So she used to sleep in his house. They were there all the time. Not only sleeping in his house, she was sleeping in his house right at the time that Michael Jackson's conceived. And she proclaimed Smokey Robinson to be her first love, which doesn't fit into the story of the real story because Smokey's got a girl named Claudette who's there at the same time, who he ends up marrying. So when Diana Ross proclaims that her first love is Smokey Robinson, it's like, well, what are you talking about? Because he married Claudette when she was only 17. He was dating Claudette when she was 15. So how old were you, Diana Ross, and where were you when this love affair took place with you and Smokey Robinson? That's what I'm saying. If I start getting into the dates and the stuff, I've got the stuff. I've got it all, the hardcore stuff, and it all lines up with my story. Once you can get past the one thing, the hiding in plain sight that nobody can get past, is that Michael is not a Jackson. This is not me speculating like any form of like the Kobe Bryant when I'm speculating about things about we're not even 1 week past Kobe Bryant's murder yet. We're not even 1 week past it, okay? Michael Jackson had a whole range of information available, plus we're way past his death and stuff. So the information of what I was able to see there and see the complexity and the totality of it, it's documented, it's there. I've got it all, the real hard facts, the real dates. Everything backs up what I say. I just have to get people who are strong enough when they see the truth that they can deal with it, because they don't. They like the Illuminati conspiracy stuff because it continues to keep going. And you can say that you're right. You can say that you see the truth. You can think you're smart. But my story's the real thing. This is the one. Can you see this or can you not see it? Can you deal with this or can you not deal with this? Okay, here it goes. You guys ready for this? This is the test of all tests. Can you see this now? Can you deal with this? This is simple reality right in your face. And it's being exposed, and I'm telling you, the people are having a hard time dealing with it. But watch how simple and easy this is.
I love them. We have one of them in the audience here with us.
Where?
We have Michael Jackson somewhere out there. Is he out there? Where is he? There he is. That's my child.
Hey.
That's Michael.
Okay, so first of all, we have one of them here with us. One. of the Jackson 5, there's only one of them there. Which one? It's Michael. And see, look at, this is 1970. The Jacksons moved into Diana Ross's house and stayed with her basically from a period of time from mid-1969 up until the end of 1970, because Diana Ross starts to get into her official marriage with the Ellis Bernstein guy, right around 71. And then she's also getting pregnant right at that time with her first known child, the Rhonda Ross. So that's right around the time, right about the beginning of 71. So all through 70, Michael's hanging out with Diana. Not just hanging out with her, specifically specified by Michael Jackson in his book that Diana Ross would take him out alone. And then this is what I'm saying, it's documented that here he is. She would take him out alone. Just the two of them would go out. And then this is like the process of how all of the love affair starts with them, because it started with her showing special interest to him when he's really young. And it's like, there's no sexual interest. She's not just wanting to hang out with him because he's got the talent, because he's part of this big other family. To bring him away from those kids, it's totally like saying, well, I like this one, I don't really care about those other ones, you know? And the way she says it there, oh, we got one of them here, oh, that's my child, your child, so the one you bring, and now you're referencing to him as that he's your child. How disrespectful is she to Catherine for doing this? Oh no, I only want to hang out with one of your kids, Catherine. Yeah, when I go out in public too, I'm going to call him my child and my son and telling people the stuff like this. Now watch what she says here, and look at Diana, just look at Diana Ross. Look at her mannerisms, look at her figure, her structure. It's totally Michael Jackson. Just look at her as if that's Michael Jackson's mom. Look, and you're going to see, that's Michael Jackson's mother. That's what's all going on here. Look at Michael sitting with those old ladies, the white ladies. Isn't that hilarious? And I tell you, that is one of the funniest pictures. It's like, what's Michael doing there sitting within the crowd with all these little white ladies? Because Diana, the mother, brings them there and all this stuff. So here, now watch it. Listen to what she says. Listen to what she says about how it's for Michael. And it's like, what do you mean, Diana Ross? Like, okay, like I said, this is 1970. Technically, Diana Ross has only even met Michael Jackson maybe 2 years ago at the most. And listen how she speaks about him. She's already a big star. At this time, she's going solo. She's leaving the Supremes at this time. In 1970, that's how far into her career we are. Not only is that, she's becoming a movie star at this time too. But for some reason, everything in her life is for Michael. Listen to this shit. It is fucking insane.
You know, Murder.
Don't you know anybody? You get a better seat?
He's been incognito.
See, he's being incognito too. He's being incognito. He's hiding in plain sight. He's not that's actually what he is doing. That's why it flowed right out of her so obvious, because that is what and look at her smiling right there. If you know Michael Jackson, that's Michael. The giggle, she's laughing, it's totally Michael. It is so, her mannerisms to Michael's, it's so, I mean, that's the whole thing about the story of Michael and Diana. That's why she ends up in his will. Their blood. It's deeper than anybody ever knew.
You know, they make me work hard because I want to be something, I mean, I am.
Okay, she says, because I want to be, no, I am. Now listen to what she says after that. Because I am.
Michael has always been like a son
Michael has always been like a son. She just met this motherfucking kid like less than 2 years ago. Michael has always been like a son.
They're something to me, and they admire me sort of like, so I try very hard to keep up such an image for them. And when I do a show like this, they usually sneak Michael in. I really didn't know he was going to be here. I heard about it, and I was hoping that he was here, because it makes me a little bit stronger, because I'm doing it basically for him.
Because it makes me stronger, because I'm doing it basically for him. This is Diana Ross, 1970. She's leaving the Supreme. She's been in a relationship with Berry Gordy, or so the people that she's in a relationship, she was at this time, she's just like, you know, kind of getting out of her Berry Gordy relationship, but she's just about to get pregnant by him as she's starting to get in her relationship with the Ellis Bernstein guy, you know? She's left the Supreme, she's becoming a movie star, you know, and everything I do, it makes me strong because everything I do is for him. He's always been like a son to me. There's Michael, that's my child. I mean, how much of it do you gotta fucking see before you'll even take the fucking first step into my story and say, huh, is she his mother? What the hell is going on here? This is not the crazy Illuminati conspiracy, like I'm saying. This is provable, it's right here, and if you guys search, I've got the hardest facts, evidence, and dates, and the videos, everything to back this story up. This story has been proven. I've got it hardcore down cold with the hardest stuff. I just have to get people to stop thinking you know what the fuck is going on and deal with the simple reality. There's Michael, that's my fucking child. Everything I do for him, because he's always been like a son to me. The fuck? I don't have to tell you to wake up. I just have to say you, dude, can you not see what the fuck this is going on? You can't see this shit after I'm explaining it to you? There it is. You can't look at Diana Ross and say, God damn, that looks like Michael Jackson in drag. That's how much they look alike. It actually looks like it's Michael Jackson. The way they speak, the way they talk, their body structure, all their mannerisms, it's full on Michael Jackson. She has just met this goddamn kid. This kid's part of a big old family. But what does she do? Boom! Michael. Come with me, Michael. You're the one. Michael's my child. That's my son. Everything I do for him, he makes me stronger because I do everything for him. Because that's what happened. When she abandoned her baby, she had a mission in her life. That's why she's known as Diana Ross, the boss, because Berry Gordy and Smokey Robinson forced her to give her child away. So when she rolled into Motown, she rolled in there like a boss. That's why she's named the boss. She is the boss. This is why everybody talks about Motown, a family. It's not a mythical family. It's a real family. That's how Motown was actually created, through this experience and the abandonment of Michael Jackson. And just like God does, he whips it right back around, comes back and brings Michael Jackson right back to him and shoves him right back in their face, made them all have to deal with this shit. But for some reason, people can't see this. I keep trying.